Dumb Sean. Just look at what Sean renamed us to in Zoom.
I'll see it eventually.
Catch us up very briefly since we did a little bit already. Who wants to catch us up on what happened last time?
Kenwin's a communist. That's what I wrote down. Kenwin.
We got to Bracken Mill. On the way, we came across a bunch of aspens. Cam or Basil, one of you tried to attack them. It didn't go well.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was great. They had escaped fire, so potential connection to Scorch Grove there. Made it to Bracken Mill, split from Ajax and Ceridian. Everyone gave Ajax a parting gift.
That was also hilarious.
Yeah. We're like giving him back some of his stuff.
Yeah, that too. Elle drew a picture for him, which was so cute. We went into Bracken Mill, we met Quill. Place is a little weird. We went to I didn't write down the name of the tavern that we were staying at with the silkworm, who was the tavern keeper.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The sunny silkworm.
Yeah, perfect. So we chatted with him a little bit. Elle had a drinking contest with the biggest person in the tavern.
And won.
Which was also hilarious.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
No, rookie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We see Pip, or we don't see Pip, but
during that, was it Apoc that got away to check out the potential meeting?
Mm-hmm. Make sure everything was going kosher.
Mm. Oh, and we found out that we think, Bitter and maybe someone else, her guard or whatever, is here somewhere, probably staying in the tavern. We think.
Well, no. So you found out that they were there,
but we didn't talk to them and confirm that it was them.
Well, yeah. So we're assuming, because I think.
No, we found out.
We got two names from the barkeeper.
You confirmed my name, like Sia and whoever else was.
Oh, I did not write that down.
And then Apoc, during all the drinking competition, kind of snuck out back to where we had left them and saw them in that barn, or four characters in the barn porches, and they're chatting. So most likely they're having this now negotiation.
Yeah.
Wow, I completely missed that. I do not remember that at all.
Then he comes
like back. 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Then he comes back, and then crazy cliffhanger reveals a mysterious figure wrapped in a green scarf.
Dun, dun.
I believe it was a teal scarf.
Oh, okay. There you go. A teal scarf.
It could be whatever color you want it to
Pepper.
be. I think I said something. It could be whatever you want it to be. You choose. All right, but that is where we pick up as Cam in the corner of the bar. I think Elle's dancing on a table at this point in time. Mrs. Q just is sipping on her tea next to Basil at the table they had originally. Andy, your new friend, the hedge that you were talking to, Basil, still kind of has like an arm around you and like jigging to the music as you're going. And Cam, Apoc, I think you've rejoined at this point as well. I think you're back at the bar. Cam in a hazy, tipsy, on the verge of drunk sort of state, not handling his alcohol well at all tonight. Sees a figure in a teal scarf exiting the bar. You can pick up right from there. I believe there's something people might want to do, and if not, we can skip to the next
morning. I'll wait till everybody else, because I don't know what's going on.
I think Mrs. Q is not gonna do anything. She's gonna let the chaos unfold. Everyone needs to have the one drunken experience, and maybe this is the one that Elle needs to remind her.
I'm 12, remember?
I tried to stop you, but no one wants to listen to the old.
Yeah. Imagine Sir Basil's like arm around his new bro. They're just singing along to the song, and he's just like, "Sing it again,
Yeah.
dude, damn."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet Caroline.
Exactly. That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah.
No, it'd be like, it has to be like Sweet Amaranthine, something everyone's gonna know. That's what Elle is singing up on the table. She is just leading the group in this chorus.
We're gonna do this every night.
Yeah.
Just hugging and choosing everyone, this random strangers.
Yeah, this is a very lively, like very cozy, warm place. Not like the mountains, not like the bandit camp. It's been a good almost 2 weeks since you've been in a place like this, where there's no chill in your bones. You just feel good, like sitting next to a roaring fire in a fireplace. That's the kind of cozy feeling you're getting in this whole bar.
What time of day is this?
It's the morning.
You're into the evening. You're into the evening nighttime kind of situation. Okay. Camembert.
I'm gonna not say a word and just kind of zone in on what I thought was Pip and make a beeline to follow that direction.
Great. Are you trying to be stealthy about it?
No, I don't think so. It's in the middle of a bar. I'm just gonna kind of speed is the essence here.
Okay. As Camembert,
Possibly, like, even though we're not like focused on him, would we like see him wander off?
I would say go ahead and make a perception check. Anyone can make a perception check. It's a pretty rowdy bar, though.
Apoc's not gonna do anything.
I have a question.
Cam wanders off all the time.
I was gonna say, yeah, even if you notice. But yes, Elle.
Cam's a wanderer?
So Camet casts communion on Elle, which adds a d4 to all the rolls till the next day. So this I'm just wondering when that cutoff point is.
Till it's 24 hours, so till supper time tomorrow.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
I rolled a 10.
10.
7.
Perception. 16.
Okay. Yeah, Mrs. Q and Basil, you absolutely do not notice this. It's a rowdy bar. This was a pretty high check. Elle,
I am on a table, so
you are on a table, so that's really the only reason why you see Cam's head kind of bobbing.
He's not
But
saying
you do lose sight of him a little bit as he kind of there's music, you're dancing, you kind of see him moving, but you do not follow and track him as he goes. You see him move though from his perch in the corner. All right, Cam, what are we doing?
I'm following the figure.
I move, you move, just like that.
Bobbing and weaving, sliding through people to make it my way as quickly to Pip as possible. Again.
Yeah. So as you're able to exit the bar, no problem. And you move pretty quick. You are, you're kind of swaying a little bit under the influence of the beer from the Sunny Silkworm. But as you exit, it is this kind of twilight turning into deepest night. And as you exit in this tree house city, essentially, of Bracken Mill, everything is very beautifully lit. So all of the stairways, all of the walkways, all of the rope bridges, if you can picture what it would be like in a little fairy house with fireflies lighting the way, that's kind of this entire city. It's extremely peaceful and very different from anywhere you've been in Humblewood at all during your entire travels. There are some groups of people kind of walking along a lot of people seem to be in the sunny silkworm, approaching the sunny silkworm, and you do see one figure in the scarf, just kind of walking away, easy pace, not hurrying anywhere. It's easy enough for you to catch up to them. So you're able to definitely like get up right beside them.
Don't rush. Pip?
As you reach out and put your arm to reach out and touch their arm, they're a little bit on the shorter side, very floofy. And as you grab onto their arm and you see them turn around, you look into the face of a very small face, wow, there's something going on
Yeah,
there.
that's weird.
Never seen that before.
Oh no.
Oh, terrifying. Okay. Don't like that. A very like this word.
Weird.
Short snouted, very big eared, like almost albino white Vulpin. You can see that they are in this like light lavender colored blouse, and they turn to look at you and they're just like, I'm not Pip. Hi. I'm Natty.
Natty. Hi, Natty.
Hi.
I like
Are you looking for someone? Are you lost?
I just saw the where did you get that scarf?
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? Oh man, I was on the road heading to Alderheart, and this adorable little gerbean traded me for it. She
Oh.
needed something like, I can't even remember what I had at the time. I think I had some spices, a lantern. I'm not even sure, but she was so adamant that she needed these supplies. It's wonderful though, isn't it?
It's a gorgeous piece. Gorgeous piece. And you can see like his like he's just heartbroken.
You okay?
Could I buy it off of you?
Did you know her?
Yeah, I do, but it's such a nice scarf. I can give you like 100 gold for it.
You see like her jaw drop as you say that, and she kind of like leans up against the railing of the rope bridge. She like holds the scarf in her hands. She must have been very special for you if you're willing to give up that much money for a scarf.
Money's not important.
Oh, dear, I'm sorry. You know what? She kind of looks at it. You can see as she takes the scarf off, there is a corded stone, just like the rest of the Brackenmillian folk. I lost myself there. The same kind of stone as she sort of looks at it and rubs her hand along the teal fabric. Consider it a gift. I hope you find her again. Enwyn is all about relationships and community, so if this belongs to you for her, how did you get separated, if you don't mind me asking? As she hands the scarf over to you and just kind of, you can see her hand kind of drape along the fabric as she pulls it back and nods.
Well, I don't want to get into it. It's not like I want to. No, it's not something to bother you by. Just let's just say our paths weren't meant to cross at that time, and maybe there's a chance to cross again soon. So, just unlucky, I guess.
Well, the fates have a weird way of working out.
Yeah.
If it helps, I saw her outside Alderheart. I don't know if she was heading to or coming from, but it was only a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Maybe you'll have luck. She was with someone else. Looked just like her. A little bit older, a little bit sallow, I think. Another gerbean. I never did get their names. They were very nice, though, very chatty. Felt like they were going on a grand adventure. I don't really know why. They definitely took some supplies.
Okay. Anything else? Anything like anything that like she had that she wouldn't just throw away, like supplies you go through, your rations you eat through, but like something that she would have kept on her that she had.
Yes, you know what? Now that you mention it, we chatted about this a bit because she was a painter. She had a little strip, I guess that's called a bandolier of sorts, maybe, or like a little vest or a harness. It had a bunch of different paints in it. She said she would never part with it, that it was important. I did buy one of her paintings. Is that something you'd want to see?
No, you can keep and enjoy it. She was a talented artist. So.
She's very talented. I wasn't expecting to buy art on the road. I was worried I was going to ruin it, but it made it here just fine. But I definitely remember that. The older one, I'm not too sure. See, she had these purple robes. I remember that. Hope you find her.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I'm not going to just take this without a fair recompensation. So, and I just throw her my coin purse with like all of my money in it, and I just give it to her. It's like, okay. I'll figure it out, and I just take it and I run back to the bar.
Are you sure?
Well,
as she run, or sorry.
Unless there's anything else you can tell me about, where she might have been leading to, or I think you've given me enough.
You know what? Come to my shop tomorrow. I know I wrote some notes down because I had to write a receipt. Maybe that'll jog my memory of some sort, but I'm at the shoot, scroll faster. I'm at the Tried and True.
The Tried and True.
Come visit me. I'll show you the receipt. Maybe that'll jog my memory, and maybe that'll jog yours.
Okay, I'll see you there bright and early.
I open at 9. You turn.
I take off.
All right. You rejoin the interior party of the Sunny Silkworm Tavern. Unless there's anything anyone else wanted to do tonight, we can skip on over to the next morning. All right, hearing none. I'm assuming you're just going to interrupt me.
So long rest?
Pardon me?
Long rest?
Oh, I missed that again.
Long rest.
Long rest. Yes, you do get a long rest. There are rooms already available to you. Quill and Farron, the tavern keeper here, have already prepared it for you under Quill's instruction. So it's no issue for you to party as late as you want, and then stumble your way for some of you to your rooms. But you are able to get a long rest, patch up any damage that was taken from being hit by a tree the day before, and wake up to a very warmly lit interior of your rooms. The temperature in the Sunny Silkworm is like quite constant, which is kind of nice compared to the cold of the mountains. You are closer to the sea, but you don't feel like you get the winds and the rain and the weather of the sea itself. You feel kind of like waking up in flannel sheets, a very, very cozy kind of
silk sheets
easing into the morning.
Are they silk sheets?
That'd be silk sheets.
Flannels.
They're flannels.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I want them to be. But you wake up to like the smell of breakfast being prepared in the tavern down the hall. It's not a 2-story inn.
Coffee's good.
Yep. It's not a 2-story place. It's a single floor, and you kind of like go down a long, narrow hallway off of the main tavern itself. So you're able to kind of stumble following your nose back to the main room. You can see Farron is already up, sort of bright and early. There are a few patrons. Andy is there. He looks a little worse for wear after the night of having a good time with some new friends. But the smell of breakfast is definitely very strong. You're able to sort of regroup at table to plan your day, to figure out what your next steps are. The day is yours. What do you guys want to do?
Mrs. Q, sorry, I'm trying to track everything here. Would have probably got up a little earlier than everyone and asked Farron if she could use the kitchen.
Farron is not, you know what, actually in this place, yeah, no problems at all. Farron would happily show you to the kitchen. He would happily like kind of give you the tour of it. This is a nice place. This is the kind town that you're in.
It's got a flashier necklace.
So Farron does not have a stone. That's one of the things that you do. It's God, that's
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Wow.
It's so weird.
Oh no.
Update your drivers.
Said you updated.
I updated Zoom, so.
Oh well. But Farron does not have a necklace. I believe Cam noticed that last night, or one of you noticed that last night. He's just got a little bow tie that's still intact. It's still pristine. It's a different color from last night. He's going with more of a purple this morning. But he does not have one of the stone necklaces that everyone else in this village seems to have. But you have free range of the kitchen, Mrs. Q. I would expect nothing less.
Yay.
What are you gonna do with it?
What's everyone else gonna do?
Waiting for that.
Waiting for whatever Mrs. Q is cooking.
Yeah, if I
Well,
could,
I thought she was gonna do something.
if I could, I'd also get up super early, like not wanting to be late, and I would go down and just help Mrs. Q with whatever she's working on.
Certainly, easy enough to do. You're a little. You're tired.
Are we all in one room or separate rooms?
Oh, whatever your heart desires.
Hey, Elle, any weird dreams?
Elle is like catatonic right now. She
Apoc just pulls
Having
out a funnel
never-
and pours it in.
Or something. Oh my god.
pours the coffee down. Yeah, having never drank before, she has never experienced like a hangover at any capacity and is just miserable. She wouldn't
Yeah.
be getting out of bed unless someone is making her right now.
There's
Mrs.
your answer.
So did you come downstairs, Elle? Are you just like, you're still upstairs?
No, I'd still be up there, just being like real complainy, like a sick kid. I don't want to do anything.
Okay. Mrs. Q cooks everyone whatever the equivalent of a full English is in Alderheart and Humblewood. I don't know. That's breakfast.
Full Humblewood breakfast.
Full Humblewood breakfast.
Perfect.
Yeah. Without the eggs, because that seems weird. The people whose eggs and
There are non-sentient animals in this town.
Yeah, but like, how did so I was making eggs for supper tonight, and I was wondering, do bird folk reproduce through eggs? And I had this existential crisis, and now we're here.
And now we're here.
Come on, Elle, I'll give you a piggyback or a board back.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Let's go get some breakfast, did you?
Okay. Apoc, am I dying? Is this what that feels like?
We're all slowly dying.
Oh my god.
Maybe I'll ask Cam if this is what it felt like.
Oh no!
I promise food will help. Food will help. Let's go.
Wow.
We head downstairs.
2023, guys.
Elle just found out that Cam died. Like
That's also true.
she's still processing all of this. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
fair. All right, there is a feast prepared by Mrs. Q, and if you have cooked for the rest of the denizens in the tavern right now, like all 5 of them at this point, Andy is like gobbling the breakfast down. But you're able to fill your tummy with as much coffee and breakfast as your heart desires or your stomach can handle, whatever comes first at this point. And you are left, everyone is very friendly. So everyone is saying, like, there's no grunting. There is a very good morning, good morning, good morning from everyone in the bar, including Andy, who doesn't look his best, including Farron, including all the other denizens that you do not know the names of. You don't remember them from last night.
We don't see Ceridian or Ajax.
You do not see Ceridian or Ajax here.
Sorry. Mrs. Q, while everyone's eating, goes and sits next to Elle, while holding her a cup of tea, and asks Elle, how are you feeling this morning?
Oh, not really that good. My head really, really hurts. And I kind of feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah. Mrs. Q says that I do know the feeling. I was young once, and where I came from, the only cure for a hangover was a full English breakfast, and a cup of this. And she hands over the tea, and it's a willow bark tea from in her collection of various scraps of stuff that she's collected over the adventure. And it's supposed to be kind of like the herbal version of an aspirin. So hopefully that helps with the headache.
Elle will gladly take the tea.
Pigeons have really tiny brains, so it's only a slight headache.
Hey, I'm also part dove, so it actually doesn't make a difference.
I was gonna say, that does not help your case.
I think they're very similar, but
over the weekend, like out of game, over the weekend, we had a dove that sat on a branch in our backyard for like 5 hours.
It was longer.
He didn't move. He was just there.
There will be a picture.
Yes. Anyways,
I stumble over and hey Elle, if that tea doesn't do it for you, have you ever heard of something? It's called the hair of the Vulpin. And if you feel like the tea's not quite doing it, and I just slammed down another beer on the table for her.
Very nice.
Good choice, Elle.
You're not gonna do anything?
No,
we look at Cam a little suspicious. She's a little suspicious, but she also doesn't think Cam would ever steer her wrong at this point.
Really? Where did she get that idea?
Perfect. Oh boy.
Gotta live every day like it's your last, right?
Oh my god.
Apoc's not wrong.
I mean, if that's the mentality our group is now taking.
All right.
Elle's gonna just kind of keep the tea and say, I think I'm gonna stick with the tea.
Perfect. All right. As you are soothing your headaches with some aspirin willow bark tea, or if someone's going to be drinking the beer, I'm assuming one of you will at some point. You can see Farron as he finishes putting a glass down. He kind of like, he's a silkworm, not an inchworm. So he kind of like waddles from around the bar and makes his way over to you with all of his many legs just sort of like skittering along the ground. And he can't really like sit, but you see him almost like curl the back of himself into almost like a little snake pile as he sort of just like lowers himself down to your level. And he just sort of looks at you all and you guys had a good night last night. That was jovial. Loved it. How are we feeling today?
This is all you hear from Elle.
That's what I like to hear. That's the sound of a good night. I just wanted to let you know the rooms for last night were covered by Quill, but I do still need to make a living here in this wonderful town. So if you do come back, and I hope you do, it will be a discounted rate from here on out, thanks to your lovely cooking, my dear Mary, right?
Right.
Wonderful. If you need any directions for the town today, there are quite a few shops that I know are open. Had a very good shipment go to Alderheart, and a lot of the folks here are in a very good mood. So if you're looking to find anything specific, now would probably be your best time to get a fairer price. But let me know if you need a hand around our wonderful city here.
Anybody sell potions?
There is indeed a potion-esque area here.
I know what it's called. It's called the pocket there.
I don't remember that name for as long as I've been here.
No.
But there is the spice rack if that's someplace you want to go for potions.
It sounds like they have spices.
Well, surname of the family is Spice.
Okay.
SPYC. They're a staple here.
Who
in
runs
this
it?
town.
Who runs the spice rack?
Spice rack is run by. His name is Fleer. He's an older servant.
Fleer?
Fleer.
Fleer. Check out Fleer. Fleer Spice.
Fleer Spice, he's just sort of, if you go back to the main ladder that you would have come up with Quill last night and just go to your right, he's about 3 tree houses.
Thanks.
There's also, if there's the tried and true secondhand wonders if you're heading that way, and there's also the forge, but otherwise it's more just orchards and gardens and all the different coastal fruits and veggies you can eat that grow here on the farms. I'm sure they'll sell you their veggies and their fruits should you wish, but hopefully we see you here tonight. And looking at you, Mrs. Q, I'll keep an eye out and pass along your message to your folks, the new folks from the big city.
Thank you.
Let them know you're waiting for them. And he kind of gives a kind of nod before unraveling himself, starting to move back towards the bar. What are we doing today, guys?
Would we have seen the people that Mrs. Q learned about? Cia and Sprague and the Strig, would we have seen anyone fitting that description at breakfast?
There is no one fitting that description here at breakfast. There's only like your group of, how many of you? 5? And like Andy, another group of 2, and like another group of 2 kind of thing. But none of them, there's a hedge. Sorry, Andy is the hedge. You see a Luma and a Vulpin at one table, and you see a Raptor and a servant at no one that really fits the description of Zia or the Strig.
Mrs. Q feels pretty like she has pretty much everything she needs, but she, despite being kind of old, really does enjoy a spot of retail therapy, so will probably go anywhere that anywhere else goes. But she definitely wants to go to the market to try and see if she can find some unusual fruit and veg that she can get the seeds from, so she can take them back to Meadowfen and plant some new cool stuff.
Perfect.
While everybody's kind of getting sorted, I would like to pull Basil aside.
Well,
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, buddy.
what's going on?
So last night was pretty wild, eh?
Oh yeah, you see just Basil slap the back of Andy, like wild guy.
Oh wait, he's still here too. We're just
He's like
Hi, Andy.
like focused on his breakfast. He kind of like nods in your direction, but he is focused on this delicious breakfast.
Hey, Andy, can you like read the room a little bit here? Like, can you just step aside, bud?
Sorry, bro.
Oh, he's a bro guy. Oh,
Yeah, he's the guy,
He's the
the
big bro.
the big the necklace and everything.
I lift things up and put them down. Don't remember those commercials?
No.
so
Anyways,
What's going on, Cam?
so I got a lead on our joint venture. Looking kind of around the room, I found some information about Peppermint.
Maybe Sir Basil was kind of like halfway, like stuffing something in his face. He's like, and puts it down. And he'll say, "What do you mean?" Oh my gosh!
I mean,
But-
it's tripping me out, man. It's it's I well, and I pull out the scarf. I talked to I guess one of the followers of Henwin who had, I guess, ran into Peppermint on the road, and I guess they made a trade or a deal, and she had the scarf. So I was lucky enough to get it back, but she at least told me she was near Alderheart.
Alderheart?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Well, possibly either like just heading into town right after we left, or said she was getting ready for a grand adventure. So I don't know. It's been racking my mind all night, and I don't think I've slept a wink thinking about it.
Well, what are we supposed to do? We can't just.
Well, our job's done. We brought the two parties together.
What about the rest of the group? Mrs. Q, Apoc, Elle.
Yeah, I know what you mean. This is like a second chance, bud. I don't know how many more second chances I have left.
Are you sure that this person, it was really Peppermint she saw?
Well, I'm gonna go talk to her today, get some more information, and we can make a call there. But I didn't want to just like cut you out of information because I know like she's your sister and everything, and she went missing. So you know, whatever I can do to help keep the family together, as much as I hate Tarragon.
Basil kind of puts an arm on, I guess, Cam's, or a hand on Cam's arm, or wherever he can reach, and it says.
And when you do that, I like try to like figure out what you're doing. We end up holding hands.
So Basil just goes with it and says, "Thank you. I gave you my word that I would see this to the end with you." Where are we supposed to meet this individual?
Oh, I it's the tried and true shop. So like for shopping, I can just stop by there first.
I'll go with you. Yeah, and Sir Basil's just like totally on board.
All right, I think that's it.
okay, so reconvening as you are all finishing off breakfast, finishing up your coffees, your teas, your drinks. The day is yours. If you want me to repeat what other shops are there or what you could do for the day, Bracken Mill is yours for the taking. Mrs. Q mentioned the market. Basil and Cam are looking at God, this is the one, the tried and true.
Tried and true. Spice rack
Elle,
here.
Apoc spice rack there. Elle?
I think Elle is going to follow Mrs. Q or go with Mrs. Q to the market.
This little piggy went to the spice.
Fucking nails it every time.
My heart hurts. All right. Okay, so we will go. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say that Mrs. Q would probably be down to go to the spice rack too, mostly because she likes the idea of going to a place that sells spices and maybe isn't picking up on the fact that it's spelled with a Y because no one told her.
Perfect. So we'll go one group at a time. We'll start with the market. We'll join up at the spice rack, and then we'll shift to the tried and true, as long as that's okay with you guys.
If we're planning, I'll tag around with them. We could just make one big trip of it.
Okay.
Both, yeah.
All right, so easy enough. I will say the farmers market is going to be quite quick. There's only a couple stalls. This place is not huge. It's meadowfen sized, maybe a little bit bigger because there is enough rich farming in this immediate area for them. You do find stalls of peaches. That is definitely an abundance here in some very rich orchards. Peaches, plums, and pluots. Steph.
Yeah.
You also do find some more interesting, like veggie / spice kind of plants. So here you have almost like this play on cinnamon, where it's more of a spicy baking kind of spice. When you talk to the local at the stand, it's more of a cuminic, is what they call it here. I've been waiting for that.
Yeah.
You also find some more exotic things that they've been able to grow in small patches. And talking to one of the farmers, you find something that resembles kind of like an okra plant. So more of a nutty, more of an umami kind of soft shell that almost looks like a cocoa bean. And you have your kind of pick of what you like. I'll say that whatever your heart desires, Mrs. Q, Elle, and Apoc, like, go nuts. You can pick 5 things and it'll be like 8 gold for as much as you want of each, pretty much.
Cool. Is it
Ella's gonna pick up a pluot and go to Apoc and just kind of say, like, how does this become mine? How do I get this?
You talk to that person and then you ask them, what do you want for this? And they tell you what they want for it, and you give them that, or you offer them something else. It's kind of what you can offer whatever you want, and if they find value in it, they'll trade it to you.
Okay.
Or
Ella's gonna go.
wait,
She'll start walking and then she'll wait.
Right. Don't tell Miss Q I told you this, but sometimes Cam just grabs them sometimes, and as long as they don't see, it's also okay. But that stays between you and me.
Okay.
She's gonna nod and go, okay, and she's gonna like wink at you. And then she's gonna go to put the pluot back, but then she's gonna try to like sneak it under her cloak.
Okay. So you go up to the stand that serves all the pluots. For those playing at home, pluots are a hybrid of plum and apricot mushed together.
70-30.
70-30.
Oh no.
We worked at a fruit stand. You can see the purveyor of this shop. They're an older raptor, so like eagle-esque kind of folk here in Humblewood. They have a straw hat on.
No.
They have a straw hat on. You can see that they have a necklace of the town with a stone wound with cord. You go up. They kind of give you a warm smile, give you a little wave. They're just in a simple green tunic. And there is another person that kind of comes up on the other end, and they kind of look away from you as they lean forward to go and start talking to the other person. Make a sleight of hand check, Elle.
Okay. And I still get to add my D4. Oh, fuck. Sleight of hand. 12.
12? Okay. So they are... You rolled a 12. They'll contest it with their perception.
Okay.
Roll Jamie.
I draw the line at teaching kids to steal.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a rough start.
You are able, with your very thin form, there's a lot of room in your sleeve, and you're able to, as you go to put it down, kind of flick it just enough that it lands on the interior of your sleeve. Give one more wave to the raptor in the straw hat, and successfully walk away with the pluot in your sleeve. They rolled a 2. All right, that was an adventure. Did you want to look for anything specific, Mrs. Q or Apoc, while you're here at the market, or?
Mrs. Q just sort of wandered around and picked up 5 things that she'd never seen before. So you'll find out when she cooks next, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely want to leave it more in your court. So like, if there's something completely new, like cuminic, my grandmother said that word, by the way, over the holidays. So cuminic is now a thing.
Yeah, it's like a family of spices. Yeah.
It's
So-
it's 70-30 cumin turmeric.
But yeah, definitely like whatever Mrs. Q's heart desires, it's going to be up to you kind of from here on out what you find at the market. I think that's a little more fun.
I'm not interested in anything. Strictly here just to look around for Ceridian and Ajax.
Okay.
Do I see them?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Let's go with old lucky. Nope, that's a 4.
That's a 4.
Sorry, 6 total.
6 total. It's not a big market. You don't see them outright, but you also are feeling a little bit guilty that you just taught Elle how to steal something. So you might be a little out of the corner of your eye.
Every look around is look back at the eagle to make sure she didn't get spotted.
Pretty much, yeah. You're a little bit distracted. But yeah, you can spend like the better part of an hour kind of in this little market area. You do actually see Quill as he kind of comes around and speaks very individually to each of these stall purveyors. He gives you a wave, just a morning. You had a wonderful night, I heard from Theron. So happy that you're having a good time here and checking out. I'm a bit preoccupied today, but just, if you need anything, find me. Say hello to Elijah and Finn if you get the chance. I'd love to talk to you guys, tonight, see how you enjoyed the town. But, have a great day. Have a great day. As he sort of waddles back off. Anything else at the market? Or are we going to head over to the spice rack? All right. So the 3 of you kind of heading up to the spice rack. You don't see Cam or Basil since you did split at the Sunny Silkworm. But heading up to the spice rack, first thing you notice as you approach and go over each of the rope bridges, you notice that the sign to the spice rack is probably the oldest thing you've seen in this town. All of the infrastructure here is quite new, well maintained, looks very warm. Like a warm cherry wood, makes you sort of have this nice warm feeling like right in your chest. As you approach the spice rack, you notice that the bracket that is holding up the sign is like missing a screw. So it's very off kilter. It's kind of dangling, sort of weird. One end is longer than the other. It seems like if it was straight, it would hang well, but because it's been off kilter for quite some time, it's sort of creaking back and forth. And you see Spice, Spyce, written on the sign itself. There are two very big windows, not unlike the apothecary from Winnowing Reach. Two very big windows, kind of your like 40s barber style sort of vibe from this shop. And you can kind of see in through the windows to a more dimly lit interior is what it sort of looks like. But as you push in through the door, there is a little ding-ling, ding-ling of the bell as you step. And behind the counter, you see this very tall, like even taller than Brenna Ceridian, this male servant with these huge, intricate, curved and pointed antlers. They almost have a presence of their own in this not very big shop. And if you can think of it almost like somebody holding a ladder, sort of spinning, taller people having to duck under the ladder. That's what you kind of get from this tall, imposing servant. He's dressed very nicely. There's a pinstriped 3-buttoned vest over a like navy blouse that's been rolled up to the sleeve, and you do see a little pocket watch kind of tucked into to the pocket of the vest. And as you walk into the spice rack, he kind of turns to look at you. He's wearing glasses that make his eyes look very, very bug-eyed. And he sort of squints, backs up, squints again, and his face breaks out into this smile. Hello.
Hello, you must be Fleer.
I am Fleer, yes.
See, I understand why all these bottles are plastic.
Yes, it was a... Yes. It makes sense when you're here. How can I help you all today? I don't recognize you. Are you new?
A little new. We came in, what was it, last night, you guys? Last afternoon? Travelers on our way through. Came to check out a brew or two.
Do you write your own poetry too?
You do as well.
Absolutely. I'm gonna regret that. Absolutely.
Can you share? I mean, you just got a little dose of mine.
Well, you're here next week. The Sunny Silkworm at the end of each week has an open mic night. You just missed it 2 nights ago.
Oh, you missed one last night too. Apparently any night is open mic night if you want it to be.
Oh, that's what I get for an early bedtime. Next week. Well, welcome to Bracken Mill. I'm Fleer, and you are?
Apoc.
Hi, Apoc. Do the ladies have a name?
Sometimes ladies don't like to share names with strangers.
That's okay. Understood.
This one's a little bit sleepy.
I had beer for the first time yesterday.
Oh my god.
What a wonderful rite of passage. I remember my first drink as well. I was probably your age, but that was a very long time ago.
See, it won't kill you.
No, it puts hair on your chest.
I was gonna look at her chest and make like a really grimacing face.
I'm just pulling your leg. But actually, how can I help you today?
What do you got? You got anything that'll keep us alive?
Yes. Are you referring to teas that will help with that? Potions that will help with that?
There's teas here?
There are some teas. I dabble, try to brew my own. Although I will say, when I was studying at the Avium, potions were more my thing. So I can't guarantee the teas. They're more of a hobby, like poetry.
What's the difference between the tea and the potions that keep you alive? Does one of them work better?
The potions are a little punchier, but the teas taste better.
Which one's more effective?
Do you mean for your spiritual health or physical health?
Physical health. My friend's laying on the ground, kind of breathing, but not like what would bring him back.
Oh, you want a potion of healing, for sure.
That would
Yes,
that would be what I'm
100%
looking
is
for.
what you're looking for. And as you can see him as he sort of like, he has to walk, sort of turns his head as he's walking at the same time to make sure his antlers don't hit anything. And then he kind of crab walks sideways out from behind the counter before turning back to face you as he sort of searches one of the upper shelves, and he pulls down a little box of vials. You can see that they are filled with these like bright red potions. These are some standard potions of healing. I have a lot of these. I was commissioned by Alderheart to make them, and then they didn't need as many as I made. I'm trying to make room for new potions. How many are you looking?
Sell them in bulk? What would you got a deal? Like 4 of them for a cost, 5 of them for a cost?
Could go. I could go 4 for. I could go 4 for about 80 gold.
I could do that, but that's almost all my money. Would you I look at Elle. Would you do a discount if we advertised for you? There's a lot of like people nearby that we can bring to your shop. We're travelers. One thing is we go on the road and I put up I'm a little bit of an influencer myself. And I put up these notices and I can direct people to your shop.
Are there new villages around Brackenhill? We're sort of at the end of a road.
Yeah, but we're probably traveling. So like while we're out, I could put up a poster and it could be like, if it's red, drink it and you'll not be dead.
Make a persuasion check.
Go check out the spice rack. Fuck. 3 + 1.
Oh boy.
No.
Maybe not now.
Okay.
But that could be something I'm interested in. He kind of like goes back to the box and pulls out 4. There's like 8 vials. He pulls out 4 and he kind of puts them down. These are difficult to make. You need to know what you're doing, otherwise a healing potion could be a healing potion. I'm very good at making them, but this is already a discount. 20 gold.
Yeah, I'll take 4. We can divvy these up later, but I think we need them, guys.
If we buy some tea as well, can we get a bundle?
For the teas that also have healing properties, they work a little bit different, but because they are healing as well, there are these long pauses that happen as Fleer is talking. Like, he is an older servant, so this is not Andrea figuring it out. This is legit Fleer.
Wheel spinning.
Wheel is spinning, yeah. He pauses. If you were to buy 4 of our healing teas and 4 of our potions of healing, I would offer 120 gold for the set.
How exactly do these teas work?
They work very similar to a potion of healing. However, the tea is dry, so you have to steep it, which can be done in advance. The thing with the teas is the longer that they steep, the properties change slightly. They don't become less potent as much as they become slightly different. Or that is what I've found out. It's been quite some time since I have had to take.
Dehydrated potion?
Just add water.
So
Anything magical, my dear, has a price.
What about this mirror?
Which one is this? Is this the magical one or the non-magical?
Magical one. I don't have a non-magical one.
Okay. You take out the mirror?
Is this worth anything?
And I see.
Want it back.
Are you looking to trade if it is?
Maybe.
So upset I'm not there right now.
You see Fleer kind of narrow his eyes as he sort of like reaches to like one of the antler like prongs that he has. This is, I should have mentioned this. He has pouches hanging from his antlers because they're huge. He opens up one of the pouches and you see him pull out a pearl as he kind of like looks at the mirror, holds it flat.
This is gonna take 10 minutes.
Does it take that long?
When my friend does it, it does.
I can do this faster. And he just starts getting to work to cast Identify. Actually, is that just if you do it as a ritual?
That's only ritual, yeah.
Oh, he's not. He's going to spend a spell slot for it. You see the pearl kind of like dissolve. He kind of looks at it. Where did you get this?
I told you we're travelers.
A mirror of spell reflection. Interesting.
Yours is quicker, but my friend gets to keep the pearl.
You win some, you lose some. Are you looking to trade this?
Probably not. I just wanted to make sure it was magic.
His eyes narrow.
What? I mean, everything has a price, right? Like if the offer's there, but it'd be a tough cookie to swindle.
120 gold for 4 teas and 4 potions.
What if I threw in a poem?
Persuasion check.
Come on.
Just regular potions of healing?
Yeah, they're just your standard potions.
Oh, I have persuasion of 0. So 17.
17?
So good.
Yeah. That extra D4 is really helping.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Fleer kind of like adjusts his glass, like he pulls it to the end of his nose so he can actually like look down at you. Make it about 5 lines, and I will be the judge after. A discount of 1 gold per line.
Okay. There was a limerick, which you will know is actually 6 lines, but
But because we're buying a lot, we'll give him a discount on the poem.
Yeah.
there was a poem my dad used to say to me. Is he watching her? Because Elle's gonna put on a performance right now.
Yeah. No, he's
Okay.
Sorry, I'll stay in character.
She's gonna like puff up and kind of bring her wings in front of her, like she's about to like. Oh, there once was a pigeon in the sky, till he said, "Oh, how hungry am I!" So he hopped to the ground till a fat worm was found, and then he swallowed it up with a sigh. He's gonna give a bow and like just look with like the biggest eyes at Fleer.
Just slow clap.
I loved it.
We should go like.
Yeah.
That's
If you choose to stay in Bracken Mill, you should come to the open mic. 115 gold for the 4 potions and the 4 teas.
Out of character, Mrs. Q does not have very much money and is
Okay.
getting into this conversation. So
Elle has no money. She doesn't know what money is.
oh dear.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's worth 120. Let's say this mirror was on the table. What would you offer?
Hold on, my prices. What is it, a wondrous item?
Yeah.
What's the rarity?
Yeah, what is it?
Rarity is
Very rare.
very rare. Do you have any magical items for trade?
The
Anything-
tried and true has something more like that. Things that come across my path, I am. Is
Like-
the mirror on the table?
What's in my hand right now?
Very true, very true. You got me there. For a mirror like this, may I have it?
Is that a trick question?
For a mirror like this.
Put it on the table. On the table.
To add it to my personal collection. I would offer about 300 gold for it.
Okay, we got 120 in potions right now. Do you have any crazy cool potions?
Now you're asking the right questions.
Like we had one, and I mean we're a little bit of I'm a bit of a potion tester. I don't know if you've heard of that in your industry. But you know, like sometimes when you don't know what a potion does, you just have a little bit of it to figure it out.
At the Avium, we used to have younger students sign up for trials for extra credit. So I am familiar, yes.
So I did that once, and it had some varying effects. It almost killed my friend, but it didn't.
Let me show you what I have.
Okay.
He like bends down and starts pulling potions off of the shelves and just opens them up in front of you. This one, he holds up a like crystal clear liquid, and as the light dances through, it's almost prismatic. You can see like the colors kind of bounce around in it, kind of like glass. Drinking this will give you the ability to read someone's thoughts for a period of time.
How long? That is so cool. That girl in the coffee shop liked me.
Yes, please use it for that. This will be for about a minute. I don't necessarily know that you're. He holds up another one. This next one here. And in it, you basically see kind of like a little tornado, almost as if you're constantly spinning. This one here will help you transform into a gas for a period of time. Let you squeeze in and out of small spaces. This one here, he holds one up, and it looks like coffee. This one here will give you the energy to stay up for an extended period of time without suffering the consequences.
I got one of those. I pull out my flask.
And this one here, it's this jet black. If you are interested, I was recently traded for this and have not yet fully understood it.
Potion.
It's a mystery potion. Puts it on the table.
How much for the mind reading one?
The potion of mind reading. I would price this at about 100 gold.
Oh, that's nothing. Is there anything you guys are interested in? You want to be gas?
Mrs. Q sort of looks around the shop. What else does she see on the walls?
Potions. Lots and lots and lots of potions vials. There's one tiny little box, and that's where you can see like the powdered tea. Like it's a little tea box, got a clear top on it. But this is a potion shop. Like this guy specializes in potions. Nothing is labeled, just as a heads up. There are no labels. He just knows.
Okay. Trying to think if there'd be any useful potions.
While Mrs. Q is looking around, Elle is going to pull out the tea that she got from Emrys. She's going to hold it up to the servant and ask, "Can you tell me what kind of plants are in this tea? But don't make it into tea. I don't want to use it. I just want to know what's in it."
Is it magical?
I don't know.
Let me take a look. He like opens up the little pouch from Emrys, kind of takes a look into it, takes a big sniff, shakes it around. There's definitely lavender. I definitely smell that. Something spicy, likely a nutmeg. Something very sweet. I would say it's honey, but I'm not entirely sure. And almost kind of on autopilot, he's going to take out another pearl from the bag in his antlers, and once more he's going to perform the same spell as before. And you see his eyes kind of like get very, very wide as he holds it up.
Is it the same pearl that's in your hand and then going back into your bag and you're pulling? Is this a sleight of hand thing? Or do you really lose the pearl every time?
This is not one of mine, but it is a tea of healing. Quite incredible, actually. If you steep it and you drink it, it seems like it might heal you completely, no matter how bad your wounds.
Whoa.
But if you eat it dry, from what I can gather, there is an extended effect for about a minute. Fascinating. Fascinating. As he's just kind of like lost in thought for a little bit.
Is there anything in the tea that could tell you where it was made? Like any special plant that's only growing in one place?
You know, everybody adds their own signature.
The component that smells like honey, but it's not a honey. I would say it's almost like some sort of sugar or syrup. I'm not sure where it is from, but it's not from around here. Perhaps an older part of the forest, or... Actually, I think he might get that from Identify. Let me double check on the break. He might actually know what it is, but I'll have to double check the spell.
In the meantime, Ella's gonna want to get it back from him, and she's just gonna say, "This was from a friend of mine who doesn't know where she's from, and I want to see if I can find out for her."
Oh.
You learn its properties and how to use them. Yeah, okay. You learn its properties and how to use them. I would say, yeah, he'd know what it is, because of the spell. This is old, whatever type of sugar this is very old. I don't know what it is completely, because it in of itself is not magical, but if your friend had this, try to find the oldest part of Humblewood that you can.
Whoa.
I would head to the north. And gives it back to you. Any other potions get your fancy?
Elle?
Oh, I don't have any money. I have one more question, but it's not about potions. You said you studied at the Avium. Did you ever meet a dove named Master Wayra, Celeste Wayra, or Seraphina Wayra?
How long ago would this be? My time at the Avium was many.
Master Way was pretty old.
He kind of starts to think for a little bit. There were many Luma at the Avium. I myself was more on the potion side. I didn't know a Luma named Celeste personally, but there were many there. I believe there is one still there who teaches. May even be the dean now. I would try there.
Do you remember their name?
Thanks again. Gabriel Winsworth. Gabriel Winsworth, I think. He's been there for as long as I've been here. If anyone has crossed through those doors, he would. Now I do have to ask, are you purchasing the potions?
Do you have any money? You have any money, Mrs. Q?
Yeah, I have some. But
Okay, because I can't buy all of this, but like if we wanted the mind reading potion, the 4 healing potions, and the 4 teas, that's how much is that gonna be?
215 gold pieces.
Mrs. Q, without saying the number out loud, opens her coin purse and shows the inside of it to Apoc, in which he sees 19 gold pieces.
19?
I don't know where all my money's gone.
We're 5 gold short. I think this mirror is worth more. Like you make these potions, right? 300 gold isn't that much.
Mrs. Q,
You can make an insight check on him if you want.
Probably not gonna be good. Oh, it's not bad. It's 19.
It's you get the sense that he might be lowballing you
Yeah.
a bit.
Okay, it's a super magic item.
It's a super magic item.
so how short are we?
I mean, technically 5 gold on all of them.
Is that if we sell the mirror or not
No.
selling the mirror?
That's not selling the mirror.
Do we
Have anything else for trade?
I mean, we don't need all of these potions. What if we just got 4 healing and 2 teas?
Yeah,
Can
we
I
have it-
just run to go find Cam and Basil? Maybe they have some money.
They're busy. Bother them. Are you fine only having 2 teas, Mrs. Q?
Mrs. Q says that she is the teas are definitely an interesting item, but Mrs. Q can also live without the tea.
DM, are all these items like on the table? Like within reach?
Apoc, what have you
Yes.
done?
Once you get started, you can't stop.
Yes, they are. So there is the mind reading, gaseous form, and the coffee looking potion, as well as the
Mystery.
jet black mystery potion. They're literally just laid out on there. The healing potions are in a case still, like a little, just a little box. And the teas, the packets of teas are just kind of there as well. They're laid out on the table or on the counter.
Mrs. Q says that she will forgo the tea.
You don't want any? We can get some.
It's okay. I think it's more important to have the potions, because if I wasn't on the ball and I didn't brew the tea, then we can't use the tea in an emergency.
Yeah, but the tea might be a little bit better though if we're sitting by the fire and we're really hurt. These potions will help in a pinch, but like, I mean, the tea might be more effective for like when we're resting.
The rules with the tea, good Seven. Is it like a truly good tea where it can be steeped more than once? Nations have survived on steeping tea leaves for many days.
You are welcome to try and see if the effects last a second steeping, but I make no guarantees. You can certainly try.
Okay. Mrs. Q will say she'll get 1 tea.
We'll get. I think you need 2. We can pay for 2. You don't even have to use your money. Don't worry, I got this. We'll take 4 healing potions, 2 teas, and the mind reading potion.
Okay, so 4 healing potions, I said were 80.
Yeah.
Plus the 2 teas comes to 100. Plus the mind reading potion is 200.
But you were gonna give us.
Just get a bulk discount.
I was gonna say you're gonna give us a discount on the 8 potions, right?
And you got rookies.
And you got a poem?
195 gold with the discount.
How about, now you look like the sort of noble servant who might also have an interest in gardening and the horticultural arts. Could I interest you in a sample of my prize-winning radish seeds? She pulls out a little sachet from her apron, because she always has them.
Make a persuasion check. This poor servant.
Nat 20.
Boom.
I mean, technically it's a 22, but it's a nat 20, so.
Yeah.
I was never good at the herbology in the avium. However, maybe in my retirement, I don't have a. Hmm. Certainly, I would be interested.
Excellent.
Throw it in, and I'll say 190 gold.
8, 9.
All right.
You guys good with that?
Yeah. Mrs. Q, she has lots of sachets in her apron of these seeds. She keeps
Perfect.
this kind of scenario where you need to barter. Here you go. I recommend planting them in the spring, sprinkling them gently with a little layer of soil over the top so it's not too deep, full sun, and separated by about an inch each. And they take anywhere between 40 to 50 days to come to complete maturity. And they will be twice as big as your neighbor's radishes. I promise you that.
I want to look that up. How long does radish take?
Heirloom radishes.
My neighbor is quite annoying, talking about his peaches every day. So this will be good. Well, it is a pleasure doing business with you. Thank you for visiting the shop, and come back again soon with more poems. He like adjusts the glasses back on his face and starts to kind of move about. He puts like the gold pouch that you hand him just onto his antlers with all of your money and seeds. And he just kind of starts to turn his back.
Apoc takes 1 gold out and then hands him the pouch that he has. That was all his money.
Oh, you guys.
All right, 4 healing potions. Mrs. Q, you're taking the tea?
Yeah.
So two packs of tea.
Okay.
I'll have to put it into D&D Beyond after, essentially, but 2 packs of tea. And you have a potion of mind reading as well.
Perfect. All right, Apoc gives one of the healing potions to Alan, one of them to Mrs. Q, and then eventually as well, one of them to Sir Basil. All with the quick remark of, Cam ever goes down, you give him this.
Excellent. All right. And with that, unless there's any final remarks, we'll shift over to Basil and Camembert. As you split from your crew and head towards the tried and true, it's kind of in the opposite direction. If you think of the platform with the Sunny Silkworm as the central area, to the right is where there is the spice rack. To the left is where there's the tried and true inventory. As you approach the tried and true, how are you feeling as you approach the tried and true? Okay. There is only one rope bridge in between, and you come to it's actually a fairly kind of big shop compared to, the shops or the homes and the tree houses that you've been passing by. It's about the size of the Sunny Silkworm Tavern, so it's a hefty place. But as you walk in, it is simultaneously the most organized and the most cluttered, like pawn shop-esque you have ever been in. And Cam, you're used to antiquing. This is a gold mine. You can tell as soon as you step through the doors.
Basil, I don't know about you, but I'm both like excited and nervous. I'm worried I'm going to say the wrong thing. You've always been the better speaker. Maybe you can talk. Was it Nada up? Just see what you can find out.
Basil doesn't really say a whole lot, but he just kind of is kind of looking down as if he's thinking, and just shakes his head like, okay. He goes in.
All right, stepping into the tried and true, There's all manner of items on the shelf. You see knickknacks, you see cases, you see boxes, you see anything you can, collectibles, everything you could possibly think of. It is spotless. There is not a speck of dust anywhere in this this like used shop. And as you kind of walk in and start to approach, at the very back corner, you see a smaller desk, very vintage style with some colonial columns kind of woven into the side. Behind the desk, you see this beautiful, massive painting. It looks to be a landscape piece. And as you kind of look into it, you see sort of in the circle this the middle of this painting, the focal point, you see what looks to be a very calm lake. Although instead of it being a blue, you see these sort of woven, it almost looks to be moving from where you're standing, kind of black, purple, sort of gossamer waves, clouds, maybe. Tough to really say, but you see it kind of extend into a perspective horizon. You see in the painting the edges of the lake sort of give way to these massive trees that just sort of extend upwards on an angle towards the top of the painting itself. And as you kind of focus in more and more, layer by layer, you can see the trees near the edges turning to ash, the scene moving from these gentle gossamer purple hues to greens to reds and burgundies near the edges of it. I would like you both to make a quick perception check for me as you're approaching this painting.
First roll of 2023.
What is it?
That's a 17 for me.
10.
10?
Eric, sorry. Now that you mention it, my first two rolls were a 2 and a 3.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so 17 and a 10. We rolled the 17.
Sorry, 11. 11.
11. So Basil with the 17. Okay, so both of you notice, like, this is a beautiful painting. Cam, you are also dabbling in the painting art. That's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's huge. You notice that although there are clear, distinct layers here, it almost looks, the best way I can describe it is like the edges between the different layers, the way the brush strokes are, it looks to be like a knitted pattern. Like everything is kind of woven together. You see bits of golds, like paint, kind of barricading, but combining the different aspects of this painting together.
As I look upon it, is it one of mine?
It is not one of yours.
Okay.
Basil.
Yep.
In the bottom right-hand corner of the painting, what you see, what you first thought, and what you can see from a distance, you know, as something short of shading. So this is more in the embers area. The bottom right-hand corner, you see very small, but very, very detailed. You see a painted sword, and you recognize it as yours. The one you carry, the one you beat Zogma with. Wrapped around the sword itself, you see kind of it's like a little swirl. Again, it looks very much like a shaded almost from far away, but this level of detail with your perception check. You see kind of this like swathing of paint that's kind of wrapped one ring and a second ring outlined in gold.
Okay.
And as you're both staring at this painting, Basil staring a little closer, you hear a
immediately turn around to see where that came from.
You turn to see, coming from in between one of the shelves, Cam, the same Vulpin you saw last night. Basil, you see this Vulpin now with very big ears, very short, a kind of pushed in snout. Naughty from last night. You came back.
Yeah.
Hi.
I brought my friend. This is Finn.
Hi, Finn. Nice to meet you.
Sweet.
Naughty. I'm the owner here. I don't actually think I got your name last night, now that I think about it. Addressing you, Cam.
I don't think you did.
My friend here tells me that you had a conversation last night about meeting a friend of ours on the road.
Yes, the scarf. Yes, of course, of course. Gosh, I said I was gonna get that receipt. Hold on, I did. He kind of like scurries behind the desk and starts to look. I had to write up a receipt. I had some vintage lanterns and stuff like that. Got it. She pulls it up. It's as neat as this shop is, this handwriting is atrocious. Like you can barely read it. But she kind of like looks at it, turns around. So that's the signature right there. I got it on the road, but this is from the girl with the scarf. Never got her name. The girl with the scarf, this is her signature here.
Is there anything you can
Shows
tell
it to you.
more? I assume we can't read it, right? Or can we read it?
So you can, like, looking at it, you can't read the handwriting of like the itemized list, but the signature at the bottom, I mean, yeah, you would both know this. You recognize it as Peppermint's handwriting. Although the name that's put on there instead of Peppermint is Pip. P-I-P.
Cool. Maintaining I imagine like if we're playing on the scene, it's like keeping contact with Nada. Maybe I'm kind of handing the receipt over to Cam to also look at. But then I keep asking Nada, is there anything more you can tell us about this girl on the road? Anything that at all that would help us find her?
She must be pretty important if both of you are looking for her.
Very much.
Well, so like I said, she gave me the scarf that you have now. This is hers. I told you I bought a painting. This is her painting. And I have to say, when I got home last night after our encounter, I just kind of stared at it because I remember that the girl was so excited about something. But I always thought it strange that her companion, the other girl,
Companion?
didn't seem to. Yeah. So they were both Gerbeans, but one of them was definitely older than the other.
What,
Yeah.
what else do you remember about this companion? A name, something. Did they any characteristics of how they looked?
I mean, I didn't get either of their names. I mean, they were both really pretty. I remember that. The younger one was had a lot of energy. The older one looked kind of tired. I don't remember much. She was wearing purple robes, had backpacks with them. Definitely looked like they were on the road for quite a bit because I definitely look that kind of dusty once I'm off the road as well. The older one didn't say much, but the younger one, she looks up towards the painting. The younger one was jabbering that she needed supplies because they were going to see why the bad things were happening. No, wait, not bad. Just why things were happening. Like Plates, I think she said. Why the plates were here.
Why the plates?
Planes! Why the planes were here. Of course I remember now. Why the planes were here. I don't know what she meant by that. I'm not too sure what she means by that. That's what she said. That she was looking for answers, for why, for where, for how, for who.
Any idea, any idea as to where they were headed?
She kind of looks at the receipt again.
Anything you can tell us would so helpful. Please remember.
Okay. I was heading back home. I met them on the road, so they were heading north. Does that help?
Whoa. North to Alderheart?
They look, well, it was on the road to Alderheart. They looked, for some reason I remember them, the older one in particular. They looked the younger one was wearing a hood, but the older one, her fur looked wet. Let's see. She looks at the receipt even closer.
That's my Pip, always wet.
Gross.
That's my sister, bro.
No wonder the dad doesn't like him.
Yeah, no kidding. Nadi kind of looks at the receipt and you can see her nose, which is already very scrunched. She kind of scrunches up again. They bought a lot of like watering cans, things to hold liquid. They bought a lantern. They bought a bedroll. I'm sorry, they really didn't say where they were going. But they were in a hurry. Our encounter on the road was maybe like 2 minutes tops.
20 rounds.
Out of character now. The specific mentioning of a purple robe, would that mean anything to us? Like, is that like a color of the avium?
Met them.
So you have never been to the avium. You have never met anyone from the avium other than people in plain clothes. Like Cirillo was one person you met from the avium. Susan was another. And now Fleer. You have not met a lot of people who studied at the avium at all. It's a college.
Okay.
Can I have the receipt?
She'll hand the receipt back to you. Basil, I want you to make me a wisdom saving throw. And this is going to be for memory recall. This is going to be to see if you remember a detail this small.
Okay. 14.
14. As you're thinking, like purple robes, like what does that mean? You have almost a you have like a brief sense memory. It's hard because you can't place where you are, but you hear sounds of like cutlery being put away, like metal on metal kind of being thrown into a drawer. You hear sounds of scurrying as you're thinking about it, and you are hiding.
Hiding.
You jolt back. You look back up to the painting. You see like the purple kind of strands around the the black lake in the middle. You sort of fixate. That's all you get.
Interesting. Okay.
Is there anything on the receipts? I mean, that's all I have.
Do I clock Basil recalling something?
Make a perception check.
9.
9. You see his nose kind of wrinkle up, but I'll say that's about it.
Mm.
Painting almost looks like it's alive, doesn't it? It sort of creeps me out, but I also love it, you know? I think that's what a good artist does. I know I'm changing the subject, but honestly, I just remember falling in love with this piece.
You said that when she sold you the painting, she was so excited about it. Did she say why?
Well, she said she really liked painting. She said she was an artist. I remember her saying that if I looked really, really hard, it would seem like magic. But I don't know, maybe I just haven't looked hard enough. Nothing doesn't really seem magical, other than it looking like it's real, you know? I don't know. It looked like she had lots of them. I don't know if they were the same painting, but she had like a whole bag full. This was just the first one she unwrapped.
Besides the painting, you got quite the shop here.
Oh, thanks. It's, just things I find, tinker with them, clean them up, sell them. You looking for anything? Well, other than this girl, by the way. Does she have a name?
Look over to Basil.
Basil kind of points at the receipt. Pip. That's right there.
Oh, that would make sense. Pip. It's a nice name.
You don't happen to have anything, I think they're called like sending stones, things like that nature?
I don't think I have a sending stone. Oh, but I did prepare this for you last night. I mean, and you can see her, she like ducks behind the counter and is just like, you hear her voice and a couple bangs. You gave me like so much gold last night and that wasn't really necessary. So I was just wanting to like look for something and try and, make up for it a little. Ah, here it is. She pops back up and she puts, on the counter, she puts a little box and she kind of opens it and you see two like corded bands, kind of braided, matching colors. They both have like one strand of gold, one strand of green, and one strand of blue around them. It's just simple silver thread. I have no idea who this girl is, but if you do find her, I was told by one of the other shopkeepers who was able to identify this. These are called contingency bands. So if you have one and someone else has one, you can never lose each other. Be nice. You want them?
I would love them.
Here you go. I hope you find her.
Hope so too.
We will. There's no second guessing that one.
Do you want the painting?
No. You keep it.
Do you know what it is?
It's a treasure. Hang on to it.
That's obvious. It's awesome. Maybe I'll ask Clear.
Basil,
You
since we're
looking
here,
for
if there's
anything?
Basil, since we're here, is there anything you looking for? Two birds with one stone. I mean, do we say that in Humblewood? Two fish with one stone.
There you go.
I don't know. I mean, like you said, there's just a bunch of random kind of trinkets and things, right?
Ask if she has anything for me.
Yeah, I mean, if there's something you're looking for, like maybe I have it. Oh, there's some things that came in recently. Got that came in recently. She points, and you see like a pair of a pair of boots that look to come up to about your ankle. That came in recently. You look, and she's pointing to like an oversized D6 on the shelf. There's that thingy over there, and that thingy. You see there's a ring with an eye gem on it, like one of those evil eye gems. You can see that there is there's a there's a tin that has like pictures of butter cookies on it. And then I just got this in too, and she pulls out a leather suitcase and kind of puts it on. It's this just leather suitcase, not very big, but you see no seam on this suitcase, like no place that it would open. There's no hinges, there's no seam, nothing. I haven't gotten it open yet. I have no idea if there's something inside. And yes, before you ask, I have tried to hit it. I've tried to throw it off things. I've tried to saw it open.
Mind if I check?
Sure, be my guest.
I go over to it and cast Identify.
Okay, you go ahead and cast Identify. It is you get some conjuration first and foremost. You can't quite make out what it is because it's almost a little bit haphazardly put together, like a homemade, homebrewed kind of thing. The best you can tell is it's as similar as it gets to a bag of holding.
Nice.
It's also super cursed.
Cool.
Yeah, I've got no clue how to open it. Like none at all. It's just kind of been sitting here for like a month. I'll figure it out.
I'd be careful. It's super cursed.
Really? You mean it?
Yeah. I've never told a lie in my life.
Just looks at him like
She picks it up. Well, that's just fascinating. Now I'm gonna open that. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
I mean, anything that could like armor wise, maybe, but I don't know if that would be this would be the place for it.
Closest thing that I have to armor, and she retrieves the ring. Closest thing I have is this. As far as I can tell, it is a ring of invisibility. However, you don't choose when you go invisible. It just kind of happens if you're wearing it.
Nice.
Cool.
It's actually been a lot of fun, I have to say. But I've had my fun with it, and it's time to part with it.
Almost like your Zoom camera tonight.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, it's glitching out.
That would be the closest thing I have. I also have like the shoes. That's not really armor. But they kind of help you walk a little bit quieter. That's all I got. Sorry. There's the forge. They might have something.
Hmm.
I think I'm good.
I literally have no. Ever since I gave my money away to my family, I've had no gold.
Oh, okay.
So like, all I could do is exchange for it, but I don't.
Hey,
know.
I'm always up for a trade.
What do those boots do? And I walk over and like cast identify on them.
Identify on the boots? Okay.
Yeah, I'm burning through all the spells.
So pull them up again. All right. So as you cast identify on the boots, you get an understanding that they are called tightrope treads. You gain a +1 bonus on your acrobatics checks. They also allow you to walk or run on top of any object that is narrower than the sole of your foot, as if you were walking on regular ground. So things like a tightrope.
Hey, Nettie, I'll trade you this fancy ring for these boots.
What ring?
And I pull out a ring. It's a silver band on my finger.
Does it do anything?
Here, let me put it in your hand. And it falls off my finger and lands in your hand.
Oh my gosh!
Oh no!
Okay.
It should-
Doesn't it weigh like 200 pounds?
yeah, it should just fall off her hand, right?
She
Wouldn't
held
it
her
crush
hand
her
out kind of
hand?
like this. If someone drops a weight onto your hand, right onto your palm. Well, okay, let's roll for it. We're gonna roll Jamie's dice that he gave. On a 10 or lower, on a 10 or lower, she doesn't catch it fully and it falls off her hand.
Okay.
11 or higher, it crushes her hand.
Okay.
Oh my!
This would be the one time you roll high.
I know, no kidding. Roll the other dice. Would you like to confirm what it is?
It's high.
That's fine.
She holds her hand out furiously, and as the ring drops into it, she was kind of over the counter. So as the ring, now weighing 200 pounds, drops into it, she gets yanked over top of the counter, her hand crushed beneath the 200-pound point on her palm. As she kind of lands, like twisting on her back, kind of at a weird angle, you hear she screams in pain.
I grab the ring and I say, "You're fine," and I cast Healing Word.
Oh my god!
Okay. I don't know how to roll damage for weight crushing someone's hand. But she is a merchant and has single-digit hit points here.
Did I just kill Nettie?
You might have.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. We're looking things up here.
Damn.
No.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second.
Don't worry, I got a contingency for this.
You just really wanted that paint thing, you know?
I wanted to get you some sweet shoes.
Okay, how do you calculate damage from object falling? Oh boy. Okay, so what I'm seeing is 1d6 damage per 25 pounds of weight.
So 8d6.
So that's 8d6.
Does she have 8 hit points?
Let's check what she has. Oh boy.
Basil, you're an
Cam,
accessory to this crime. Let's go.
how do you
Okay.
always do this?
Okay, so okay.
Do you need to do the thing before the verdict or?
Well, quick question. Okay, so I have the Gifts of the Oak bracelet, right?
Yes.
In order to use those abilities, like, does it have to be used on me, or can I use those acorns?
Wait, would you say she succeeded?
Are you, first and foremost, Basil, you have to be attuned to that in order to use it. Succeeded on,
On her catching the ring.
yes.
Don't catch the ring, Silvery Barbs.
Jesus.
Oh, okay. So a reroll.
Oh man.
Otherwise I'm gonna need some d6s. Can you confirm?
This is now one.
So you silvery barbed it. And as you scream out, "Don't catch the ring," she looks over and her hand flinches just enough where the ring doesn't land in her palm. Although it makes a kunk and dents in the floor.
Damn. That was my last spell slot. So.
Oh my
Goodness sake.
okay, that was terrifying.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
What the heck was that? What is that?
It's a weighted ring.
You dented my floor.
Yeah, well, you can fix that. It's worth a pair of boots.
I don't understand what it is. How is it so heavy?
It's a magical ring.
You were gonna put it in my hand?
Well, I didn't want you to catch it.
How magical?
Well, you
Like
can see what it
super
does.
duper magical?
Well, it's a weighted ring. I don't know how magical it is, other than it does that. That's its only trick. It's not cursed. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's not cursed. Well, not that I know.
And I'll throw in an extra little tip if you make this trade.
Make a persuasion check.
6.
6.
I'm not super persuasive.
What's the tip?
I'll tell you my real name. There's only 4 people that know. 3 people that know my real name, and you can be the 4th.
Only 3.
So Basil's kind of in the background being like, that's not a good idea.
I don't even think you're one of those people.
I know, probably, but
It's just kind of fake.
You know what? Yeah, I think I'll take that deal. Because then maybe if that girl ever comes back, I'll see if you were telling the truth. I assume she knows your real name.
Yep, she's one of the 3.
Sure, I'll make the deal, but you have to pick up that ring.
I pick up the ring. It's like it doesn't weigh anything if you wear it. And I put it on my finger. See? Nothing. And I put it down gently on the table.
She like slips it in.
Super cursed.
So what's your name?
Name's Temin.
You can take the boots on your way out.
Thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it.
Hope you find her.
We'll find her.
Kevin.
Basil's in the back being like,
All right. And with that, as you exit, is there any final thing you wish to do before you meet up or as soon as you all reconvene?
the only thing I wanted to do is maybe like, as we're walking out, just like give one good look back at the painting and just like try and like memorize it. Just like everything that I would have initially spotted, just like making a mental note of it.
Okay. As you look back at the painting now, trying to make a mental note, yes, you have the gossamer, the purples, the lake that kind of swirl in the middle. You have the green of the trees that turn into the ash on the outside. Now that you know it's there, you see the sword, you see the 2 gold rings. And now that you have this kind of, the painting is magic. The painting is magic. It's alive, sort of ringing through your head from your talk with Nadi. You kind of catch it sort of out of like the corner of your eye now that you're really looking for it. You see the greens, the emeralds, painting, or the paint itself. You see it initially in the trees. And you swear as you watch that it begins to flicker. Sort of move side to side. Sort of swim almost, making the trees appear longer, taller. They almost seem to grow itself. No other color, just the emerald.
So do you mean like they're growing almost as if it's like pushing back like the what was depicted as almost like as the fire around the edges type thing, or
It's moving like a river of emerald, like a vein.
okay.
It's not changing the way the painting is, it just looks like it's breathing.
Gotcha. Okay.
It looks alive. Unless there's any final thing that anyone wanted to do or say before we end. We've been going because we started late. It's been about 2 hours, and I think
I had something I wanted to do, but it's not
go for it.
like it's not right when we meet up. So if there's anything else that people wanted to do beforehand.
No, this is the spot where like you're leaving the store and you would be kind of like, on the rope bridge, sort of making your way back to.
I was
to the
thinking
middle
like
of
meeting up after meeting up with the group and everything.
Oh, okay. We can always retcon this later. So if there's something you wanted to do, Cam, go for it.
Yeah, well, when I join back up with the group, it's like, what'd you guys get? What'd you guys grab? Find anything cool?
Yeah, healing potions, and I'd start handing them out. Everybody but Cam. You're the one that's gonna need these. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah.
Elle's gonna show her Pluot.
Oh, cool.
And be like, I got it all myself. And she's like gonna wink at Apoc.
I forgot about that completely.
Putting it together. Good job, kid. Don't get cocky. Hey, Apoc, you got a second?
Yeah, what's up?
And I kind of walk away from the group a little bit, and it's like, so we Basil and I were checking out some stuff, and I got some tips about Pip.
Really?
Yeah. Back in Alderheart, seems like that's the direction. I don't know what you're thinking our next course of action is going to be.
I figured we'd make our way back, like Alderheart. I don't know if Elle wanted to go to the Avium.
That seemed like the best step.
there.
Like we brokered peace, right?
I guess. I mean, have you seen them?
I haven't seen them, but that's out of our hands. It's not our job to make sure peace is done. We just got them to talk.
I think we're going that way. Isn't there a wood on fire or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably the more important thing to figure out. Well, anyways, I wanted to.
That strange water thing too. Sorry.
Pardon?
That tidal wave, that was weird.
Yeah, that's really
kind of
something about the water planes coming. Anywho, I just wanted to say like that we were just shopping and I got something that I think you'd like. And
yeah.
I like slip into your bag and I just kind of tuck it in your backpack. It's like when you have like a free moment, take a look. It's pretty neat. Don't lose it. And I go invisible. And you hear a voice in the wind. I'll catch you later. And I sneak off.
Damn.
There.
Dang.
Damn. Adventure.
I'm going on an adventure.